The lengths are drifting down, touching down nicely back at Avro. The Hurricane taxiing in ahead. Spitfire already down and in. There's the fourth aircraft and bits and pieces they need to operate.
Oh God, gracious me, that was big in.
For Lancaster.
Big in. Got two of them. That can go wet and go cold. That can go.
These were first used for the D-Day invasion of Normandy. An awful lot of our own aircraft were shot down by our own people. And therefore, to try and eliminate those problems, we needed distinctive markings for the invasion, and hence the stripes on the Dakota.
Two up in the sky now. I don't know whether they're
two of the only remaining genuine D-Day Spitfires for active service on the D-Day invasion.
They're coming in from the right. Look left, they're doing that to back.
Mark 9. And for this aircraft, I will remain silent so that you can possibly get the noise of the engine on your video recorders. Regularly with NATO because it is from the Aerobatic Treaty Organisation that's getting larger by almost today. And if you look from your left, we have the arrival of the Boeing E-3 AWACS. The giant rotating radar on the top, you can see clearly going around. A number of these aircraft are operating around the clock, around the world, even today. Down on the Iraqi-Kuwaiti border, down in Bosnia and India. First delivery of the AWACS over 12 years ago, we have the arrival of an airship. If you look to your right, airship running in. This is operated by Virgin Airships, Virgin Lightships. Fairly wide called Lightships. I have with me one of the crew. Not the pilot, fortunately, because he's flying it, but I have David Instow here as well, Virgin Airships. David, you can probably tell us more about this. What is it? Tell us about it.
Well, this is called an A60 Plus. It's a helium-filled airship. Mike Morantic, who's our chief pilot, as you can see at the moment, he's demonstrating the angle of descent we can come in at, which is plus or minus 30 degrees. That's on the inbound or going. He's going to come up to a low pass now. So 130 foot long this is all together. It's the same height as the buses.
It's roughly 130 foot long. That's about the distance that man first flight.
That's right, it is. Yes, it is.
So all the women flew the length of that airship on their first flight.
Absolutely, it's quite daunting, really.
Why have you got a lightship?
The reason we wanted a lightship is for one of two reasons. A, that helium is obviously lighter than air anyway, and we're one of the few translucent ships in the world. We've got 2,000 watt holes inside, and it allows it to shine through the material. It's made of ripstop nylon, which is called dacron, and it's a translucent material, so the whole thing lights up at night.
Presumably then you do an awful lot of night operations advertising people like orange and helicopters.
We do, obviously more so in the winter months, because obviously the summer evenings are a lot longer, and we don't like to fly too late at night to disturb people, so it defeats the object a little bit. We can't make it happen upset. So yes, in the winter months we do an awful lot of night flying, and in the summer she's always illuminated on the mast at night, mainly so people can see it, and it's still advertised as well, it's there as well.
So here today we've got about 9 people.
Towards the end of this day, we'll walk the second thing and the training is being done. You can see from the very front of the airship there, the man has the lines and the nose on the very front. Operations.
You say that it's here for operating at night. Are there any other mistakes? Is it strictly a CFR and the
No, not at all. We really sort of it's silly for us to fly in no icing conditions because it increases the weight on the bag.
Yes.
Other than that, it's anything over 25 knots, 30 knots of wind. We'd be tempted not to take off. While we're still sticking my heart back. We want to get back to where we started from.
It's extremely manoeuvrable. I always thought a blip an airship was a huge ponderous thing, but you can see a bit that flows down, even the way it's pitching and going like that. Is it with the ability of steering the controls and the wheel if you off on?
That's right, yeah, we've got control systems much like an aeroplane. So watching what Mike's actually doing at the moment, it's quite astounding when you understand the principle behind airships. Because as you say, they are famously very sort of sluggish and blunder about everywhere. But this just demonstrates quite how manoeuvrable they are and the sort of things they can do.
And in fact, where he is demonstrating closing down one of the engines, presumably those engines closed down. I've looked at the demonstration figure, showing he's still got total control of the ship.
That's right, it doesn't cause him any problems whatsoever. Now normally on landing we'd shut one of the engines down anyway.
Hey, it's Max at the back, isn't it?
Running. We can in fact shut both engines down and we'll just hover. So we'll behave much like a helicopter in that respect.
When you're on site then, advertising, when they come in to land, you say we're going to see a demonstration of this, the ground crew out on the other side of the field, is that?
That's right, yes, they're over at the far side there where the helicopters are on the other side of the runway. And when Mike's ready, he'll land into the crew. Now he always lands into wind, and the crew will always be in a V formation. The front part of the V will pick up the nose lines and take those out from a 90-degree angle, and the ship will behave differently. So for the crew chiefs within the company, it's very much a job they do by feel. You know, they judge the day, they judge the weather. There's one of the car party running forward, and the crew chief is the gentleman that's left standing at the front of the ship. Now the whole ground operations, because you can't shout to each other and there's no radio contact between the crew and the crew chief, there is between the crew chief and the pilot. Everything's done on hand signals, and it's surprising how precise they are and how easy it is to pick them up.
Supposing now he wanted to take off for whatever reason, presumably there is a wave-off signal that can be given to everybody.
Yes, there is.
To let go.
That's right. As soon as the wave-off's given, the wave-off will be given either A, by the pilot or by the crew chief. And as soon as the wave-off's given, the car party will disperse and basically hit the deck. Just for their safety's sake, they lie flat, and the guys on the nose lines will just run out immediately behind them. They're already fairly clear anyway. But
now online, hopefully gaining the altitude 2,200 feet, which is required for safe deployment of the parachutes. Corrections being given at this time. Looking up all the while. Aerobatic radio contact with the aircraft. Partially losing it. They're all airport please, going a tight circuit, coming over the top of the crowd line, trying to gain more altitude. You keep your eyes strained up, as I say, not in radio contact with the aircraft at the moment. And the first few are free fall time of about 5 seconds for the first man out of the aircraft. Not much time to get anything together really, just slot the canopies on, testing the wind conditions out, round, making the famous Falcons canopy stack in very marginal conditions. Turning back over the crowd line, making sure that the canopies can get on top of one another. And at any stage now, he'll be turning back to the right-hand side and getting over the main crowd line and letting the top men latch on. Turning now towards the right-hand side, and the bottom man, the standing coach, is Sergeant Steve Tucker, who has taken in all the calculations on the free fall board from the drop zone safety officer earlier on, putting everything into practice now, making sure that all of the parachutists have a safe descent into the crosses. All the parachutes jockeying in full position. As I say, very limited canopy and free fall time. But the first man down is Sergeant Steve Tucker, followed closely by this year's team leader, Flight Lieutenant Steve Darling. Then comes Sergeant Andy Wright, Flight Lieutenant Dave Haley, Kenny Pierce, Neil Dawson, Mark Probert, Paul Isherwood, Jed Robinson, and last but not least, with the camera on his helmet, is Sergeant Colin Bullock. So all men safely down on the ground, but the show still not yet over. Hopefully lining up now, taxi lights on, coming in for a low fly past. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you this year's Royal Air Force Freefall Parachute Display Team, the Falcons.
Thank you very much. Very high performance, lightweight Russian aircraft. Doing a standard departure, one airborne, rolling inverted, going and departing a mirror.
Please look at that.
Lovely, dramatic rocket.
What do you mean?
So it's not long now, going through with the gear.
Parachute side.
What? Oh, it's a parachute.
Coming into land using his stroke, braking parachute.
Take a photograph of that, wouldn't it?
Not often you see a military fighter wearing civilian markings. Certainly not ones in current service. Looking back, I think the only other aircraft that is in military service that I've ever seen wearing civilian markings is probably GV type, which is the Harrier. Interesting enough, the radar equipment now produced in the Draken is built by Ericsson, who produce jolly good medical beacons. It's very difficult to horizon, a little bit of cloud puffing around, you're going to see some very crisp, accurate flying. Powered by 360 horsepower engine. This is really the aerobatic aircraft of future competition, taking over well from the pits that lasted for an awful long time. Pits first flew way back, I think, about 1940 manoeuvres, but they will get in as much as they can with this cloud base. Cameras are ready. 29, very high degree rate of roll, going up into opposition vertical rolls, left and right, just popping into the cloud, pulling back on the stick, coming over the top of round about 50 knots, diving down towards each other, lining up on the display line, the orange barrels, jumping to 50, coming towards each other. Some 3 minutes of his display, something like 83 different types of rolls and flick in one of these types of aircraft. You can see why. Complete tumbling, rolling, flicking aircraft. How about that? That is purely by the aerodynamic forces of the rudder against that very powerful 360 horsepower engine. This, I think, is Warwick Ready. He flies for Britannia on 75 that you fly. There's one coming in towards another roll at the display team.
You're coming into London to see. I know, it's a conference.
A closer look for you. Rolling in vertical, coming down into the mirror image for your photographs. Something like 1 maybe half wingspan. With good wind coming off the trees behind us. Rolling around to the crowd centre. Very great shame that we haven't had a higher cloud base to really show off the tremendous performance and aerobatic capability.
Tell me which one, if the other one does it.
Coming through in a very fast. Mark hovering behind me with a message. Another 4.8 stage roll for and throwing 7 6s, 42 on the dice. That's the rover car stand. 50 pence to throw. You could go away with a car today. Proceeds go to the RF.
No.
formation display flying after the Second World War. The Royal Air Force was formed, and then Red 7 will complete the corkscrew.
Whoa!
Legion 9 will fly through the middle of that V-shape. Two pilots with the most difficult job during this manoeuvre are at the end of that formation. Jerry Bird is Red 9. Jerry was a flying instructor on the Hawk aircraft at the Tactical Weapons Units at RAF Shivana before he joined the Red Arrows. The other operational people. So he's coming to us as quick as he can. The real left. Ready. Sitting down the other end of the runway with small arms, he doesn't want to stay low as possible, so up he goes, steep climb away to stay out above the storm. There is the protected area, small arms far. He's stuck to those down and down to 50 miles. I think, you know, this is now the victory is the Salvador side. So, if you want to the storm, up to those down. How about that for a brand new one? Picking up the left, letting the speed trail off. Easy touches down.
colour display cockpit.
Don't cover your ears.
Airborne. Yes, they go.
This is the plane time.
Clearly the 20-degree out from the vertical stabilizing configuration to define. Combination of pilot, the canopy, trying to give a creation of another cockpit. And when he gets to the other end of the display line, he will open up the power. From 202 Squadron, E-flight, based, as I said, are expected still. Squadron markings, if you can have a look at it, just behind the captain's stand. Stretches with 11 seated casualties, all 19 personnel in total. Coming up towards the Thomas. First flight took place around about 18 years ago. 19 aircraft going to be operated by 202 Squadron around the country. So there they are, lowering the casualty down on the hoist. Going back now, the Richmond down with the stretcher on the hoist. Helicopters operating both at sea and mountain and airport. 4-point hesitation roll back to the inverted turn wings upside down. Back to the course radar on Ron going for max rate turn. Going round in front of us. Powered by the Garrett TPE 331 turboprop. Single bits and pieces from all over the country come to here to Woodford to be put together in the main production line. This, of course. Very go there to acquire the regional jet 85 in August 73. So what, 21 years ago, running in now quietly from the right.
See the red arrows again? See the red arrows again, Tommy? It was one feet allowed to see that.
For brace for the cooler temperature, that's increasing each
I could buy this airplane tied to the roof when it spins round. How much is
coming
it?
through now with the gear and the flaps down.
And these are different ones.
Loaded today by Alan Foster.
Jumbo's different. That one over there, that's a bit
Alan's been involved in apart from many things, stars, Jackson, XEGPS, but he flew. Coming in now, short landing, you can see the air brake really at the rear and the speed brakes, the spoilers on the upper set of the wing that give all the lift, put the weight firmly on the wheels, where the braking action bring the aircraft a very, very short stall.
Show me where it's going. You better ask it. Why don't you show me now? I'll show you. Look.
Crawley to that huge long nose.
Yeah, with one engine.
Very similar to the Swift DC line of aircraft. This one, certainly they didn't have this type of engine around in 1939 because this one's equipped with a power plant from Aerobatic, a turboprop. Turboprop was certainly not around in 1939. But the development and design of it, look at how it's interesting. It's got the three tails, the three fins on the tail. Certainly the first time I've ever seen this aircraft. Going round a Cuban. The original test flights produced some interesting. Very graceful sound of graceful aerobatics, which is very quite large aeroplane. I mean, look at those wings, quite a large stumpy wing and a long nose. Must be like driving the great 4.5 metre Bentley around the sky with that grip. Translated literally, these were actually used for the targets. I don't suppose the pilot was too impressed with that. I think my translation should be the news target towing. French was never a strong part. Round a nice, long, graceful loop. 1956 was the uprating of the new turbine engine. Took them a few years to sort that out. Round about 10 years, bringing it up to the mid-60s. Cruises at a good speed, some 200 back to Woodford. Specialist action. I've got to be very careful with him to the fear of seeing no secret that will not ever be disclosed to anybody, I hope. I keep calling it another formation team. Is that sticker to my forehead to remind me that it's the blue. both radar and fully powered control. She cured the problems of firing the guns at altitude. Yep, do went through. Ideal for aerobatics, became the RAF's formation aerobatic team. Code numbers. All capable of taking the Sea Eagle missile. Coming through now in a fast run. And the firing of the two signal flares denotes the departure, quite dramatically, of the Nimrod.
Of the Army's primary anti-tank helicopter. Now let me tell you a little about the team, which currently has collectively over 20,000 flying hours experience. But let's first watch the Lynx execute an eagle roll and run away from the ground.
Bad news is the Lancaster is only going to be able to do one fly past. So, if you haven't got your cameras loaded, this is the bedding down in the nest.
Does it have a Lancaster out?
Just a little bit about Lancaster, and then I'll remain quiet for his takeoff, so you'll be able to record his takeoff with sound, and for his fly past. In the meantime, the PC-9 coming back in for, I don't know whether he's going to do his display or whether he's just marking time, but entering a 4.0.